Hey everyone, my name's Cody. This is a game we're working on called Chronicles of Virtue. It is a tactical RPG. You play as Arya, a team that she assembles, live in a world that's just been introduced to magic. So as you progress through the story, you learn more about the magic, be able to harness it, so do the enemies. So today we're working on developing more spell animations. We've been doing this the past couple weeks. We've made some pretty good progress here. So ultimately we've got fire, earth, dark, ice, light, water, and lightning, at least to an okay spot. We'll kind of showcase that for a second. But ultimately, today I'm hoping to finish up water. I want some tweaks to it. I'll just kind of show you where we're at right now with it, but I think it needs some tweaks. And then we'll work on air, I think is the next one here. So ultimately making pretty good progress though. So here is the fire animation. Not too bad. And the water. So I want to modify the water a little bit. It's close. I think it needs a little bit more transparency. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. All right, with that, I am going to leave this open. I'm going to bring it over here so it's a little bit smaller and we can make some modifications real time to this. I think I can do that. Yeah. Okay, at least lets us see it. All right, which is helpful if it doesn't disappear. Okay, good. Okay, so let's see what I can do here. I like the shape of it. I like kind of how it looks. It needs to be a little more transparent, right? I think water is a little more transparent than that, which I think is the key here. Yeah, I mean, it does look pretty decent though. All right, let's see. Also, one second. I was thinking maybe I wasn't even running this through my GPU if I was on the monitor, but I think it's fine. All right. What if I take this down to like 800? No, I don't think the number, actually the number doesn't really seem to be, I mean, it does like there, right? But 1,000 looks like plenty. Okay. Now let's see if I can add some transparency here a little bit. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? I mean, I could just add let's see what happens if I just straight add some transparency here. Let's see. Maybe. So I'm just modifying this alpha curve here. Let's see. I don't see that big of a difference being made. Maybe actually. I think it's subtle for some reason, but I think it is helping. All right. I think that does help. I think it does look better. Now, let's see. That's interesting. I'm also not killing the old emitter nodes I'm noticing. They just kind of stay there. Okay, I do think that's looking pretty decent there. All right. Let's see if I should change the color up a little bit. Actually, the color is pretty good. I might make that particle size just a tiny bit smaller. Let's see here. I think it's gonna be much too small. Oh yeah. Let's give that a shot. Okay, what if I make it like bigger? I think bigger is gonna look bad. Not terrible actually. Okay, one might be fine here. What about longer sections? Nope, I don't think that helps. I'm not really sure what change that's making, but it's fine. Okay. Ultimately, I think that is looking pretty decent. I think the transparency helps there. If it's flat instead of cross. No, I think the cross fills it in a little bit. Okay, I do think that helps. Or I bring this back up to 1 and change the size. No, I do think I want like at least 50% or so transparency. So let's see. Now if I make this smaller, or a lot bigger. Bigger looks real bad. Maybe something like that. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Actually, I'm going to set it back because I do think it looks a lot better to be like 25% transparency like this. It might need more. Like if I take this way up, the number of particles. Too many? Still too many, I think. Okay. All right, it's not too bad. I got pictured as one of them. I think that's pretty good. This might just need to stay 1 though. Okay, I think that looks good. I'm curious, what if I get rid of explosiveness? So it might look a little less wavy, but I'm curious. Oh, interesting. Oh, let's turn on one shot. All right, let's see what this looks like. No, explosiveness needs to be a lot. Like 0.99. Maybe not that high. 0.95? Or maybe just 0.9. I mean, 0.9 I think is what I had it before. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, I'm taking a quick break. I'll be right back. I just need to run down and grab something. Hey, everyone. All right. Check, 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 check. Just checking the volume here. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. It's pretty good. Okay. Let's check this out. Okay, so that looks pretty decent. It's still maybe needs to be more transparent. I got it down to like 25%. Hey, BWAG, how's it going? Yeah. I've streamed the last couple weeks, I think, but it was about a month that I didn't stream. But yeah, I have streamed the last couple weeks pretty consistently. But it has been a while since I've seen you. How are things going? Now we're working on spell animations here. Last I saw you, I think you were working on Snake, right? I am trying to get these settings right. I think we're really close to making this look like water. But not quite. Hey, Loki Trickster, good to see you. Good evening. Hope things are going well with you. Hope your virtual pet is coming along. Man, it just looks so choppy. Like I said, it's kind of laggy. Why is it so laggy? I mean, maybe it's because I'm putting a bunch of particles on the screen. Let's see if I can take that down to 1,000. Yeah. Yep, that's probably it. That's okay. It looks pretty decent. Oh, nice. Very cool. So you make it like a mod, basically? Is it for like the mod for existing game, or is it like you're developing a different game? Oh, good deal. Oh, nice. Well, sweet. Well, hopefully that project's going well too. Very cool. I think I popped in a couple times and saw you working your virtual pet and saw how that was going. It looks pretty good. Okay, I think this works. Let me turn this on one shot now and actually test it out. Let's see what this looks like. Because like whenever you actually cast this, this is gonna do 1. Maybe it doesn't start with enough speed. Maybe it needs some more speed. Oh, nice. That's cool. Well, nice. That's sweet. Well, hopefully that goes well. Sounds like an interesting project for sure. All right, let me turn this back on. Yeah, it might need to go a little faster. Like it can start a little slow, but it needs to speed up over time. I wonder if I can set a curve for orbital velocity. I think this is what's driving that spin. Let me make sure. That is not what's driving that spin. Okay. So what is orbital velocity? No, I'm not using Blender at all. I'm using, this is in Godot. This is actually built into Godot. They're particle emitters. So I'm just modifying the particle emitters to try to kind of shape it to get it. I'm using just actually the same like image I'm using for a lot of my magic stuff. It's just like this cross. So ultimately, yeah, just kind of shaping it and emitting 1,000 of them and playing with that. So I'm trying to see, a lot of this is controllable. I'm trying to see, I thought it was orbital that did the spinning motion, but no, I don't think it is. Maybe it's acceleration. I don't think so. You know, it still could be orbit. Let me check something here. If I turn off orbit velocity, because sometimes it probably is this, which means I should be able to use that as a curve, because I kind of want it to speed up. Okay, yeah, that's for sure it. Hold up, I gotta reset this. Let me close this and I'll show you. Okay, so here I get like a preview of it where you're seeing like the rendered. That's what it looks like without that. Oh yeah, it's much easier. It's much easier just to use the, because I can edit it right here, right, and see everything as it goes along. So yeah, not bad at all. It's pretty easy to do. Okay, so this curve, interestingly, let's go from 0 to 2. What I can do is start it out like slow, right? I can start out slow. That's too much, and I know it's too much, but oh yeah, I could do some interesting stuff with this. Let's take it up to 1. And maybe slow it back down. See what this looks like. Oh, something like that could look pretty good. I might need to speed it up a little bit faster. Let's see. Okay, a little bit weird shape. And then it's kind of made the, see how kind of pointy it is, right? How angular, which is kind of weird, but I'm not really sure why it's doing that. That's all right. Okay, so like if I take this up to 0.8, is that where I was at? I wonder if my curve was overriding it. Okay. So yeah, this is kind of where I was. I think what I want to do is I can take it up and kind of start there, but I do want to speed it up. It's like I kind of want to start kind of tight, right? And then go a little faster here. Might need to hold this for a minute. Ultimately, I want it to start and then start looking a little bit more deadly. It's kind of the goal. Okay, okay. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, something like that could be cool if it kind of, so this kind of takes it up a little bit because it's going a little slower. Oh yeah, something like that could be cool. Or it kind of fans out, right? It's water. So it kind of flows out and then wraps around them. That's kind of sweet. Okay, so what can I change here? My alpha curve, I think I want to flatten a little bit. Man, it's already pretty transparent, or it should be. Let's see. Yeah, something like that does look pretty good. I need to figure out, so you see those sharp angles? I think that's coming from the trail here. So we can mess with that a little bit. It's like this. Let's see if I can get it to go away. If I make the section lengths really small, does that get rid of the... No, it doesn't. What if I make them longer? I have a feeling it's not going to get rid of the sharp angles. I mean, it looks pretty good like that. How about if I decrease the particle size? No, it's still there even there. Yeah, I know it's probably hard to see, but... Okay. Nope, so it has nothing to do with this. How do I get rid of that? What if I make it flat? Let's see. We'll let it go again because I might have missed it. But yeah, this is much easier just to edit it here. What I'm trying to get rid of, I don't know if you can see, there's like sharp angles. I want it to look smooth, right? Instead of geometric. And it could just be this, right? Maybe I could do use a point size instead of a shape, but I think, okay, it is there, but it's just very transparent. I think the problem with using a point instead of a shape is it's just gonna be hard to really get it right. Right, I mean, they just look like droplets. I would need many, many more. I would need like 10,000 of these particles to make it work. Right, like something like that, but it doesn't look nearly as good. So let's go back. Let's go back And let's go back to this. I mean, I think it's really close. I think it's just sharp. And let me see, let me see if I am like spinning the particle, which is what? Is that angular velocity? You know, actually, maybe if I do spin it. I don't think it's angular velocity though, necessarily. Yeah, it did nothing anyway. What would it be? Is it directional velocity? Because what I'm thinking is maybe if I spin it, or maybe it's radial. I'm thinking if I spin it, maybe it'll look less sharp. Oh, that got rid of it. Hold up. What happened? All right, let's see. Let's go by smaller increments here. Okay. Okay, so radial velocity is making it go wild. Interesting, interesting. I mean, not bad. I don't think it's really doing what I want to do, though. It might be directional velocity that I'm looking for. Let's make a new curve here. Let's see if this spins the... What I want to do is spin... Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay, I mean, it is kind of looking cool like that. Let's see. All right, what about like 50? That maybe helps a little bit. I don't know. I think it is spinning now, right? I think it does make the thing spin, but because it's calculating by particle, when the particle's spinning, it makes it do some really weird things. Interesting, interesting. All right. Cool. Let's think real quick. How can I do this? That does look pretty good. I just want to get rid of the sharpness. The big angles, right? How do I get rid of those big angles? And why are they happening? I'm guessing they're happening because of this shape. See this shape? I'm guessing it's just spinning around there. So maybe I could use a different shape. The only thing is, like, I've tried points. Doesn't look very good, but maybe I can, if I flatten it out, let's see if that helps. I think that's just the shape of the ribbon, right? I don't think it's, I mean, maybe that does help a little bit. It makes it look a little less beefy, maybe. Yeah, I don't think that helps a lot. Actually, I think that really hurts. Maybe I can stretch it in some way. Hey, White Boss Gamer, good to see you too. Hopefully things are going well. Messing here with some of these settings, seeing if I can get this water to look a little bit cleaner. It's supposed to be water. I know it's not quite there yet. It's not really flowing. It's a little bit too geometric. So yeah, kind of interesting here. You know, I wonder if, like, if this was really high. Let's see where that goes with it. Oh, interesting. It was just kind of going around. Yeah, I think the problem is it's generating by pixels, so you know, with just this thing over here. Yeah, for sure, for sure. ultimately it's just like, yeah, these geometric shapes I want to get rid of. I want it to be a little more smooth. Well, thanks. I like the color. I like the flow, right? I just don't like how geometric it is. But maybe it's not a big deal like in game. Maybe it's okay. I mean, it does look sharp, right? And sharp looks dangerous. So maybe it's okay like in the context of Magic. Let's play it in the game real quick and see what it looks like. And maybe with some water noises, maybe it's a little better. I'll have to get that added and check it. The only thing is it's so different than I think like the style I really want. I want it to look smooth. I don't want it to look geometric, I don't think. The ice, right? The ice looks geometric, but the ice looks good because ice is geometric. Water should flow. I think I've got to smooth it out. So I got to think about how to smooth it out a little bit. Yeah. I tried kind of spinning the particles, but they kind of end up also all over the place. Let's look at this real quick. Okay. Let's see what we got. See, it's just so geometric. It's not bad. Not bad at all. It's just very, very geometric. Like when I do the ice, for example. Oh, I don't have it on one shot. But I'll do the ice anyway. It's fine. So it's just going to keep playing. I'll do the ice, for example. This is what the ice looks like, which does look geometric, which is fine. The water should look a little more smooth. Okay, let's just see. I'm going to put this over here. I'll let that play while we mess with stuff here. Actually, it looks pretty much like the preview, so I'll just do it in the preview. Okay. So my goal now is smooth this out as much as possible. And, you know, one way to do that might be to get rid of the trail. I wonder. So if I turn trails off, let's see what that looks like. I am from Oklahoma, United States. So kind of the center of the United States, if you're familiar with that. I think it is spinning. Maybe that's the problem. That's what it looks like without the trail. See, I grew up southeastern or southwestern Oklahoma, and then got to college, moved to kind of the center of Oklahoma, moved to Dallas for a few years, Dallas, Texas, and now I'm back. Yeah, I think you told me before that you were from India. I was in India. When did I go to India? Like 2019, maybe, yeah, 2019-ish, right before COVID. Had a good time. I was there for work, but yeah, I went to Bangalore or Bengaluru, and yeah, I liked it quite a bit. Fantastic place. I would definitely go back. Yeah. Yep. I was there. We were working on. We had a team on my old job. We had a team over in India who was doing hardware development for us, and it was great. Yeah, enjoyed it. I got to travel a lot with that job. I got to go there. I got to go to Poland, all over the U.S. I really enjoyed it, but it was hard being away from family. So yeah, I was there for about a week, and honestly, a week was short because like I was just getting used to the jet lag by the time the week ended. You know, 'cause it's like 10 and a half hours apart from here, so that was kind of tough. And yeah, you've never been to the United States. I got you. It's great over here too. They're very different, right? I mean, culture's very different. The food's very different. I remember I went there and we had one guy who just was trying to eat and getting sick just because his stomach just wasn't used to like those spices and things. And we were there and our teammates were like, "Hey, do you guys want us to order you a pizza?" We're like, "Sure." And so we had to do that. But no, I think there's such a difference, and that's what I love about kind of traveling around the world is just being able to see that difference, see the different cultures, right? Experience kind of what other people experience, because it really is different. Like every place around the world is just so different, and it's so great just being able to see those different areas. And I think it like broadens your perspective on things. It's really easy to have just a small perspective to say, hey, I'm in the United States. This is where I am. But no, it was fantastic to go visit and see just what it's like there. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. We had, our team was fantastic there, so luckily we knew a lot of people there. And it was great. We got to see a lot of great things in Bangalore. What part of India are you in? And we went, 1 second. We went during, sorry, I have to Google the name because it's not on here. All right, what was the name? We went during a holiday. I'm Googling holidays. Diwali. I should have known that. Sorry about that. All right, we'll catch you later. It's good to see you. But yeah. Hopefully you have a great day and all goes well. But thanks for popping in. All right. So I need to make this less sharp. I think the key, like if I turn off trails, maybe these are already spinning. What if I real quick turn off orbital velocity? Let's see what happens. So they just kind of go out. They're so geometric already. Why does it look so geometric? Let me see if I can get rid of some of the geometricness to it. And maybe if I can, that'll help. That's so wild looking. Okay. I can't go fewer than that. I can't go fewer than that. What if I have a much longer section length? Nope. Well, let's see. That just kind of multiplies things here. What if I do set up a curve? What if it's all 0? Okay, what if it's this? I don't actually know what the curve is doing. Okay, this looks like a visibility curve almost. Okay. Yeah, I don't think the curve really helps me here much. All right. Let's see. I might need to just make them a lot smaller. Oh man, they're still kind of huge. Okay, so this is just, maybe I need to change it away from a ribbon. What if instead of a ribbon mesh, I do a tube trail mesh? Okay, interesting. And then I use my material. Actually, let me do this. Undo that. Copy this material. Go back, create a tube trail mesh. Let's go paste that material back in. Let's see what that looks like. Kind of interesting. All right. That's maybe looking a little bit more like what I need. All right. All right, now let's see. Let's go add back the orbit velocity. Let's see what happens. Oh, interesting. Did I mess something up? Oh. Let's see. Okay, what if I turn trails back on? Okay, definitely better. A lot better, actually. Okay, now we're making good progress. Yeah, now it's starting to look like waves a little bit. Okay, now I can play with these parameters. Let's see. All right, so now what if I increase the sections? All right, now what if I increase radial steps? Okay, it just kind of fills it in a little bit. What if I increase the radius? Does that increase the triangle? I see like a bunch of triangles, which look pretty cool. Okay, that's really bad. Okay. Cool. All right. So now let's mess with the curve for this. Something like this, maybe. How fast can I do that? Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. I might make it stay visible for longer. Let's see here. So if I make it stay visible for longer, let me go to the alpha curve. Expand it out, not that far. If I do make it that far, I need it to stay in tighter. Let's see what I can do. So let's go to this curve. Let's see. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's try it in game. I think that looks pretty good though. That kind of feels like water now. I like the cones. The little kind of cone type things make really good water. Like that. All right. Cool. Let's cast it. Let's check it out. See what happens. I think that's pretty decent. Like, is it perfect? Probably not, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. Maybe it needs to be a little more local. Is the only thing. It kind of fills up the whole screen, which is fine, I guess, because like The intense part is near the middle where people will get hurt, which is fine. But I think I need it to circle in a little bit more. Okay, the only problem is it doesn't update here. So I need to pull this up. Yeah, something like that's pretty good. Interesting. What do I have if I increase the speed scale on this? Oh my goodness. Okay, never mind. Okay, that is pretty good. I want it to stay sped up for a little while. I wonder if I decrease the explosiveness here. Let's see if that gets it to speed up for a little while more in the middle. Oh yeah, I think that helps. Like 0.5. Okay, let's check that out. Okay, yeah, I think that's helping. And then more particles. Yeah, I think that works pretty well. That sort of feels like water. All right, let's check it out. All right. And I think I could do something very, very similar for air. Like I think air can look almost identically. All right, let's see. I mean, that kind of feels like water. I did. Here's what my water looks like now. I don't know if it's too much. It might be. It looked a little bit more contained in the preview window, but let's see. Let me decrease the number of particles maybe. I think something like that, though. Yeah, I was just pinging you to tell you to check out my water. You have good input. Okay, so here's how I got there. I think that looks pretty good. I don't know whether that or like 5,000 looks better. It might look better with more particles here. It just gets a little choppy. Maybe like 3,000. Oh yeah, something like that. I think that looks pretty much like water. Like if I saw that, I would think it's water. Okay, so here's what I did. First off, I create a curve to the orbit velocity. So it starts off kind of slow, ramps up, ramps down, which is how you kind of get the little floating effect here, where you kind of get the little floating effect, and then speed it up a lot, and then come down to a constant velocity. I decrease the explosiveness so that it is more sustained for a while. It's a little less wavy, but a little more sustained water, which I think works pretty well. I changed this from a ribbon mesh to a tube mesh to make tubes, and it makes little like triangles. which just makes it look a lot smoother and a little more like water streams. There is these streams over here that I just saw. I'm not sure I like them. That's the only thing. So, and yeah, I could go like something like this for explosiveness, and maybe it's a little bit better. Let's try that real quick. It kind of keeps more particles in together, and maybe looks a little cleaner. But yeah, make it not last as long. That's a good idea. What if I just adjust the timeline? Oh, that looks kind of sweet. I mean, it's a little choppy. Let's move it to this monitor because it might be choppy because of monitors. Let's see. Yeah, that is choppy. And it could just be choppy because, but it pretty much looks good from all angles. It is short. But maybe that's all right. All right. I think that works. With a little sound effect, I think short is probably good. All right. Yeah, I think that works pretty good. Yeah. It's like a... I think that works. I did it. I did it. Yeah, I think that works well. Okay. So now let's run it here and see if yeah, I need to add sound effects to all these. Out of a buck? Oh, out of a bucket? Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, I think it'll work out. I think it'll work out pretty well. And I think wind can be very similar. I can play with some of the parameters. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. Very good. Okay, well, anyway, wanted to show you that, but you're welcome to leave now. You're dismissed if you want to be dismissed. All right, let's see. So let's see what it looks like in game here. That was really close, right? Like close as in I was zoomed in really close. It looked decent. Let's see if I zoom out a little tiny bit. Oh yeah, it looks like water for sure. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Appreciate it. I don't think anything else has changed, so I think I'm gonna do air. It's gonna be a pretty short stream. I'm gonna try to quit in like half an hour, I think. Fire still looks great. Okay, I'm gonna real quick copy this water effect. Delete this air effect. Name this air effect. All right. So let's see. And then what I'll do is I'll make this unique everywhere. Make this unique everywhere, so I should be able to modify it. All right, now let's see. I can make this, instead of being blue, let me go ahead and turn it on real quick so we can see it. This is the air one. Let me turn off one shot. All right. Then what I'll do is I'll change this from blue to maybe like some sort of gray. I'm gonna have to modify. Let's see, why is it only blues? Oh yeah, there we go. I think it might be a little bit hard. We'll see. Let's see if I make that gray. And then display color curves. I don't know why it's green. Let's see if we make it glow. Oh yeah, it's not gonna be bad. I mean, something like that's gonna be fine. Maybe not glowing that much. Maybe. I might make it this one last longer. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. Yeah, I think if we make it last a little bit longer. That's pretty. Oh, I have my hue variation on. Let's turn that off. That'll keep it gray. And then for the colors, I think I can vary between, well, that gives me like every shade of gray, which is pretty good. Maybe we go gray to stay gray. Okay. Color ramp. Let's see. Maybe we take this to something a little brighter. Maybe what we do actually is take this like here and then pull this back down. Try to turn that into the wave. Have the start of the wave fade out sharply. Turn that into the wave. I might have missed it, and it might be just the delay here. I'm not sure what turn that into the wave means. Like into the water? Or you're saying like make this like this? Turn the particles like the whole, like this? Is that what you're saying? That does look pretty decent. It is interesting. I think I do like left to right wave. You're saying like have a wave come from left to right. Are you saying for air or are you saying for water? For air, a left to right wave. I'm not sure I'm completely following. Sorry if I'm being dense here. Oh, yeah. I'm definitely doing tornado. I see what you're saying, though. No, you're good. Yeah. No, I'm definitely doing tornado here. I think something like this even is fine. Like, it's very similar to water, yeah, but I think that's okay. Let's see. What if I make that a little more explosive? What's my water explosiveness? Oh, 0.8. Okay, so I can make it more sustained if I do like 0.5. And maybe that works better for air. More conish? Probably so. Let's see if I can make it more conish. Maybe I can flip it upside down, actually. If I flip it upside down, exactly 180 degrees, and then move it up. Like, that's looking pretty good. Okay, let me put this back up to like 0.8. Maybe like 0.9. What if I make it last like 10? Yeah, I think it's cool. Something like that's pretty cool. And you end up with wind kind of blowing all over the place, which is kind of sweet. That's not bad. Not bad at all. I like 0.95. Okay, I think that's too much. I think 0.8 works well here. I'm not sure the lifetime change helps too much. Oh, interesting. If I make it last like 50 seconds. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Okay, let me reset it. Interesting. About like 15 seconds. I will make it probably fade out faster, but I kind of like the look of this. And that definitely 100% looks like a tornado. Let's see it again. 15 seconds I'm sure is too long, so I should make it fade out before that, but or maybe not. Let's see. What was twice as fast? Yeah, 50 for sure looked like a string. That looks pretty good, right? And that looks like a clear tornado. Like if I saw that, I'm like, yep, that is clearly a tornado. Let's try it in game. See what it looks like. I might make it a lot taller. I'm not sure. Yeah, whooshing sound. I think if you made it sound like a tornado a bit, I think we're good. Okay, let's look at the size. That'd be the only thing I'm worried about, maybe. Let's see. Okay. It might need to be stretched a little bit. Is the only thing. It's really short. So how could I make it taller? I want to be a lot taller. Let's see. And these things are maybe a little bit too solid. I might check transparency on them. But let's see. Or make it just huge. You know what? I'm gonna take this back down to like 10. Not 110. Like 10. I think that helps. Let's see. Let's do speed scale of 1 and see what happens. Yeah, I think I make it a little more transparent. I do think it probably looks better. Actually, speed scale 2 I think looked much better. Like, I do think that looks a whole lot better. Let me make it a little more transparent. Which it already is very transparent. Maybe just like that. Like, maybe I'm trying to do like too epic of animations, but like maybe just that's fine. I mean, you don't want the animations too long, right? If they're too long, it's going to be kind of annoying to play and wait on the animations every time. Like, maybe that's simple enough. Let's check what it says. Or it looks like. Yeah, just a quick little spin I think works. We'll see what it looks like in game if I have to make it taller or shorter. I think that did come together really quick. I wonder if there's any other... Now that I've learned a little bit, I wonder if there's any other ones I should change. All right, let's check. I think that's okay. Let's see what it looks like again. I think that's okay. I can even kind of like the air light going in front of the screen a bit. Nah, maybe it's too much going in front of the screen. Okay, like maybe I can make it... Let's see. Let's mess with the alpha curve and like pull this in a little bit. Yeah, okay. Like maybe just like that. It's a little bit choppy, but... It looks so much better in preview, though. Yeah, I'm streaming. I have a lot going on here. My OBS is using 43% of my CPU for some reason. That's wild. Okay. Yeah, I don't think OBS should be using 43% of my CPU. I'm not sure what's happening there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let me try one more thing really quick. Okay, so the one thing I don't think I like about it... Yeah, I did. So I am streaming well at 2000 bit rate. But yeah, so one thing I don't... Okay, I do think this needs to be 2. But what I think I can do maybe is start a little bit slower even on my... Let's see, is it animated velocity? On this curve. So let's start up a little bit slower even. Let's see. Pull this out to like here. This over to here. Something like this. Yeah. Like for water, it was kind of cool, slowing down. Maybe this one needs to stay up and maybe end on a high note even. I'll mess with the transparency to make it less. Okay. Okay. Let's go up to... Yeah, I think that does help. All right, I do want to make it transparent later. Maybe just like that. I think that's pretty good. What if I made it more explosive? Or actually more sustained. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. What about more particles? Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. All right, let's turn on one shot here. So when I cast it, this is what it'll look like. It'll go. And yeah, that looks pretty decent. All right, it might be a little too long now, but we'll try it. Oops. Looks for sure like a tornado. Okay. I'm starting to get all the parameters that need to change the look of this thing. And it's pretty cool. What if I should do something different? I probably will want to do something a little different for dark. I think dark's the one that is kind of the most lacking here. So let me take a look. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a lot better at it. All right. Cool. Let's see what we got. Okay, up close it looks pretty good. Like, not perfect, but it looks decent. It's too long. For sure too long, but okay. Let's zoom out a little bit. That was kind of up close. So yeah, we'll shorten it, I guess. Too much sustain, yeah. But it does look good. Okay. But yep, too much sustain. Let me see if I can modify that and have it update on the screen. Let's turn that off, that on. All right, so we end up going like 0.5. I think I have 2 of them going. But now I can get rid of some of these particles. All right. I think that is better. Let's see if I take this down and make it last less long. Let's see what happens to it. That versus that. I kind of like it going so slow at the beginning though, but let me see if I can do like this one and maybe take this over a little longer. Okay, you can kind of shape it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I might need to move it up some. And over some. Something like that, I think, works pretty well. All right, let's try this out in game. Yeah, I think the curve really helps. I think the curve helps make it kind of sell it. All right, let's see what this looks like. All right. I'm gonna go back first. Maybe. Huh. It's so hard. Okay. Let's just scoot it up some. I think maybe I just need to scoot it up some. Let's put this over here. I think it's just tweaking now at this point. Oh, let's see where it ended up. Every time I move it, it goes somewhere weird. I don't know where it ended up. Okay. Let's see. We're playing Hunt for the Tornado. Oh, there it is. Let's see. There it is. We found it. Okay, let me reset the game. Yeah, they are really hard, but it's coming along. Yeah, I think it was looking pretty good up there. Cool. Let's see, last little check here. And then I guess the question is, do we want to make any changes to water? I think water still looks pretty good. I'll look at it again here. Yeah, but that pretty much looks like a tornado. And then, oh, never mind. I saw one of my volume sliders was not moving up. I thought maybe I lost audio, but I didn't. All is well. Okay. I'm gonna stay kind of back first. Then I'll look at it closer up. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Why can't I see it? That was weird. Okay. So okay, interesting. Maybe distance fade. I don't think I turned on distance fade, but I might have accidentally. Let's check. I mean, I copied this over. I don't have distance fade or proximity fade on. Okay. That's weird. What? Okay, well, let's move it down a little bit because it does need to go down a little, like a hair. But yeah, it's just strange. It's going to teleport halfway across the map for some reason. Let's try it again. I'm not sure why that would happen. Let me think. So it just like disappeared. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure. I am not sure. It's a mystery. Okay, we'll see what happens though. Trying to think through this. All I really changed was the height. Why would changing the height? Unless I'm like further from, like technically it's further from my character. And so there is like a proximity fade that's setting the distance. I might try that. Okay. So it's there. But yeah, I think it's because the emitter's too far from my character. So because the emitter's so far from my character, it's not loading in. Or my camera, I guess. Okay, that's decent though. I don't think it's actually starting really late. I think it really is just, oops. That was weird. Okay. I think it's just, so let me go down to like proximity fade. And maybe I need to set the settings a little bit better here. Distance fade. Okay, we know it's going. Okay. Oh, you know what? It might be. Okay, let me turn off proximity fade again. It might be that the particle emitter, like the start of the emitter, is not on the screen. And if the particle emitter is not on the screen, it doesn't get loaded in. That could be what's happening here. I wonder if there's a way. All right. So what I needed to do, let's get this down. Yeah, that's why it works when I zoom, I think. Because then it's putting the particle emitter on the screen. Okay, so I think that's okay. Well, yeah, I think what I can do is give it a, like right now it's got like a -1 like starting velocity, I think. I can give it a +1. We'll see if that helps. All right. Let's see. So first, I think this is going to look pretty bad. But it should show up. Didn't even look that bad, but not really what I'm looking for. Okay, so now let me take this, put it over here, and let's make it start by, yeah, velocity here. Let's have it start like going up by like 5. Okay, I don't think I'm getting the change here, but I do think it's, let's see, kind of decent. Let's see. One thing I think I want to do is on gravity then. Where's accelerations? Gravity. Oh my goodness, that's not what I wanted. Not quite. Yeah. Let's see. So this was -1. Which looks good. It has that little tail down there. Oh, I got this. This is easy. Okay, let's turn gravity back to 0. I think. Yeah, turn gravity back to 0. I might make this... What if I do make this like 0.9 explosiveness? I know I'm still tweaking, but... Alright, I think that looks fine. Okay. Now what I should do is take my spawn point, offset by like 10. Ooh, that did not work. That did not do what I thought it would do. Why wouldn't that do what I thought it would do? It is not just moving it up. So weird. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's like just the spawn point would change so many things. And that changes nothing. Okay, interesting. What's inherent velocity ratio? Okay. Oh, you know what? Okay. That's pretty good. So if I did start up, oh, that turns it back upside down. Okay, so no, I definitely want to start down. What if I did modify this? Or maybe something smaller. It looks like a smaller tornado for sure. Okay, I wonder if something like that would work. It does look decent. I just do kind of wish it was shifted up a little bit. Let's see if I can offset by a little bit. Okay. Oh, you know what I probably can do? Okay, I think I've got this. Oh shoot, my bad. I didn't realize, my bad. All right, I think that's looking pretty good though. So what I changed is I made it less velocity on the start, right? So it starts kind of going down a little slower, which keeps it from going down as low. Yeah, it looks like a tornado again, which is good. And then I think from there, let's see. What can I do to extend? Maybe I can just make it bigger, right? Like, so if I go to like transform, the scale is like 0.2. What if I make like 0.4? And then just scoot it up. I can't scoot it up too much is the problem. Otherwise it just won't appear, it looks like. Okay, no, I don't think I can do that. Don't think I can do that. All right, let me make it sustained a little longer. See what that looks like. Okay, that's too long. Exactly. Okay. I think that looks pretty decent. Okay, definitely looks like a tornado. All right, let's give that a shot. And you can kind of see the air flowing, right? Like it kind of flows into a tornado and goes up. I think that works good in the previewer. We're gonna see what it looks like in the actual game. I don't know, up and down, kind of the scale, what that looks like. I wish I could just pivot the offset of where it starts, but for some reason, that causes problems. Yeah, it looks great. I'm really hoping it works. There might be other ways. I'm trying to think. I do think that's why. I think we couldn't see it that one time because the emitter was not on the map. Like it wasn't on the preview screen, the viewport. So let's check this though. I'll start kind of zoomed out like to here, and then I'll zoom way in. Oh, like angled. Yeah, let's look at this real quick and I'll see. Yeah, it's just the tip of the tornado is too low. That's the only problem. Are tornadoes angled? Like that? I thought that was what the little tip down here was for, just to get that angle look. All right, let's try something like there. It's kind of a short. Yeah, angled relative to what? That's what that little tip on the end is for, I think, is to give it that angled look. But, I mean, like, from an image. But no, I think the top of the tornado parallel with the ground makes sense. I got you. That makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense. If I had really good control of it, yeah, I could have it kind of float up and then come down really fast into a tornado. But, well, I think it actually has to start from the bottom and work its way up. So, yeah, maybe. And I could mess with the velocity a little bit and see if I could get that. I might need like some vertical velocity changes. If I could do a vertical velocity curve, that'd be great. And I might be able to. I need to just look at the settings there. Okay, let's look at this. We'll start kind of zoomed out. Okay. That wasn't terrible. I'm gonna keep going so we can keep looking at it. Okay. That's not bad. It might actually need to be a little bigger. It's only really hitting the center person. Swirl up from the ground and then fall over everyone for the wind. Yeah, I might be able to do that for maybe a different spell even. One thing though is this is a little bit. I might just need to make it bigger. It's really only hitting kind of that one person, right? I need to kind of hit that whole group. This is looking pretty decent though. Yeah, we could do a different spell and do that. That'd be cool. Maybe we could do that with the earth spell. But yeah, that looks great. I think that looks pretty deadly, just on that middle person. So let me make it a little bigger here. Let me see zoomed in what it looks like. Oh yeah, zoomed in, it looks great. They all get full damage. Yeah. So the point is for the spell. Now I could make it so that the spell hits everybody. Let's look at what that looks like. What if we had 5 tornadoes come down? That's a pretty easy change here. I just go to my spell down here. The way that works now is I go to the spell. So I go to my air spell and I turn off single target. I'll leave it on 3 so we can look at the difference. But let's look at 1 tornado per person. It might actually look pretty decent. It's going to be a lot of processing because that's like 5,000 particles per person. So I might have to play with that, but it might look pretty decent. It might look kind of deadly, like you're spawning a bunch of tornadoes, which could look kind of cool. We'll check. I'm excited about this. Let's find out. All right. All right, let's check this out. Okay, so let's do air, tornado. Let's see what happens. Real choppy, but not bad. It is real choppy. I think let's just make it bigger. I could set the... Okay. Yeah, I could set the spawn times to be a little random, I think. Like if I go to spawn. I actually don't know if I can. Because they all kind of start at the same time. They're all just emitters. Which I could take down. I could take this down to like 1,000. It'd probably be fine. Yeah, for if you're doing one per person, something like this, I think it's okay. Let's see. What does randomness do? I wonder if if I turn randomness to 1, let's see if they kind of spawn at different times. They might. That might be what randomness does. Let's look though. Yeah, I'm not sure. It probably does look better to have them spawn 1. It looks more magical for sure. I'm not really sure though. It looks more magical, but at the same time, it's a lot of tornadoes. Maybe better just to have one big one. I could. I think the problem is like I would have to do that for just air, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I could have it kind of just delay. They wouldn't look really random. It'd kind of just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which actually may look cool. Interesting. And that may actually look cool for all spells if they kind of go in chunks, because then it's like you're attacking each of those squares independently, right? So we'll try it. We'll try it. But yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm not sure. I mean, that looks pretty good. Let me turn one shot on there. I liked how that looked. Let's go into our script here. This is under casting magic. So all I have to do is this. And I need to add a little weight here. Let me find something that has a weight. These just weight 1 frame. I don't think I want them like 1 frame apart. I think I want them pretty good distance apart. Let me find I don't have a lot of just like weight X amount of time weights. Most things weight by frames. But I think I have a couple. I just want to copy paste, so I don't have to look it up. Well, let's see. Maybe an attack. Okay, let me just do. Okay, right here. So I could wait like a third of a second, maybe. Let me go back to casting magic. Oh yeah. I could do random number. So I could have variable await timer equals rand I range. Like, all right, I guess we'll do rand f range, and we'll do like 0.3 to 0.7. Think that would work pretty well. And then a wait timer. All right, let's see. That might be a little, like half a second feels like a really long time for this. Let's check. Okay. Let's see what happens. And I'll check like fire and stuff too, because I'm doing this for pretty much all my spells that attack multiple cells. So yeah, we'll have to check that out. I will probably keep water. I do think water's better, one big one, so we'll keep that one. It does help differentiate it from air as well. Ran between 25 and 75% of the current FPS. I don't know if I can pull current FPS. Maybe. Okay, let's see here. Though, I mean, if I just did a certain amount of frames, you can do, you can put it to essentially make up the lost frames. If you're like running lower FPS, right? Like you can have it make up the lost frames. That's how whenever they code like people running and stuff, it will cause rubber banding, but it keeps everybody running at the same speed. Oh, interesting. We broke. I know it didn't show like it broke on your end, but we did. And here's why. Okay, let me minimize this. Here's what happened. So you see this? Oh man, it's still up on your end. Or it looks like it's open. Okay, but let me do this. I'll take a screenshot so you can see this. Otherwise, it'll disappear once I exit. Ultimately, the error we got says invalid index magic cast on previously freed. So what's happening is it waits to clear the magic until the animation finishes. What's happening is one animation's finishing, getting cleared, and so the spell's gone, and now this is going. So I'd have to reprogram, which maybe I should anyway. Let me see that. So ultimately the magic gets cleared in my priority. Well, one animation is triggering, at least something is triggering me to clear my my node. And once I clear the node, I no longer have access to this information. Maybe that's a problem anyway, right? Because if there was a lag at the wrong time, it could also break. So that's down here though. Right here, where it's clearing it. So this is, it triggers when attack is complete on casting magic. So let's look at when attack complete gets triggered on casting magic. Let's see. Okay, I do it on exit. Interesting. Okay. Actually, I don't have an await here, so anywhere I'm using spawn emitters, that could be a problem as well. Anywhere I'm using spawn emitters, I need to make sure is waiting, which I guess this happens through a trigger. But yeah, attack complete's getting triggered probably under magic. Let's see, I can check up here. Okay, so it's not triggered under magic. I guess, yeah, it's just, well, when is attack? Yeah, when do I transition out? Attack complete. So let's see where I connect to. Okay. Right here. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's connecting attack complete signal. No. It's okay. I may skip it for now because it is a little bit complicated. But it might look cool. So it might be worth it. Okay, so there's an attack complete signal on here, right here. Let's see when I trigger this. Oops. Right here. So, oh man, that's not a, yeah, it's not a great animation. So it's actually whenever I finish my animation, like when my player finishes the animation, that's when attack complete goes, like gets triggered, which isn't great. Huh. I wonder if there's a better way to do that. There probably is. What I can maybe do here is, let me think here. So when my character finishes their animation, I say, hey, my attack's complete, go. What I probably, and that's only for magic, right? Yes, that is, well, no, actually it's not only for, yeah, it is. I'm in the magic node. So what I could do is have casting magic, send a signal. Let's see. When does spawn emitters get called? Let's see what calls spawn emitters. Okay, so to attack target. So ultimately then, I could have this when it creates these instances. When it finishes, it triggers. So make it so the magic node has a method that calls the same end and just calls that method from the cast magic script. That could work as well. So essentially, I'd move all the particle emitting to the cast magic script. Let me think real quick. So I could move this whole function, cast emitters, to the magic node. That might work. That'd actually probably be really helpful. I do have to, let me think really quick. All right, so if I go to magic here. Okay, gonna have to change a few things around real quick. But I think it'll be worth it because I ultimately, yeah, this, even though you found this from like a something differently, this is a potential bug that can bite me later. So I think I probably should do this and throw my ending call in magic script, separate the function, just call it casting magic. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do here is this. I need emitter. Okay, so I need a couple things. Okay. This is going to be interesting for a second. Is effects.off, do I have that on here? It's not connected to anything interesting. Oh, it's okay, because I probably connected up here. So let's go to casting magic real quick. Let's grab, I don't connect it there. Interestingly, let's grab these. I guess I don't really need that one. I need this one. Okay. Let's go back to magic. Go ahead and create that signal. I do need to connect that signal to something. Effects off. What does it connect to? Right here. So instead of that, okay. Oh, that's weapon effects off. No, I just want effects off. I'm not even using that anywhere. I wonder what that's about. That's weird. I wasn't even using it anywhere. I'm just emitting a signal. Okay. That's fine. maybe I had some ideas, some big plans for it. Not using it yet, yeah. If magic spell... Man, I'm pretty sure I was using this. Oh, yeah. I'm for sure using it. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, never mind. This is right here. I'm turning the signal here. So what I need to do is, I don't know why I have it twice. Oh, I don't. I just have it once. What is this? Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So what I need to do here then is, this is now in magic. If I go to my right hand and I go self slash, can I do self slash? Self.get node path dot. I don't know if I can do dot slash. Because I need to go from right hand. Or I guess I could do parent. Yeah, I could do parent. Or get parent. Yeah, okay. Self.getParent.get node. And I'm going to get the node for magic. That should be what I do there. Okay. That should turn that off. Okay, I think that looks good. Let me go down here. That's my right hand. Let's go to magic now. Okay, emitter node. I do need the variable for emitter node. Let's go steal that from this. All right. I can't export it. That's the only problem, is I can't export it. But that is okay. I just won't. Oh no, it's fine. Okay, let me undo that real quick. So let me grab the... can't grab the value anymore. That's all right. The reason I can't export it, I'll explain that real quick. Okay, so the reason I can't export it on that other thing here, right, is that all of these are spawned in with the character, right? The goal is that everything in here is modular, so I don't want to export anything in here except for the character itself, like here. I don't want you to have to come in here and like populate those. Not a big deal. I mean, I'd be able to say like, hey, the emitter equals this when you spawn it in. So it's not really a big deal, but it's kind of a rule I've been using just to keep me from creating something that wouldn't easily be replicable by code. But that's okay. This is actually pretty easy. All I really have to do, I don't want to hard code this, but I will. What export does is in GDScript, like let me find. A lot of these have export. So you see the world up there, the node right here. When I export world, what it allows me to do is bring it, like come in here and select it. So I can go drop anything from like my file system and just drop it on there. It just shows up the inspector. Yeah. So it lets me modify it quickly from the inspector without actually having to go into code. I will hard code this because emitter node should always be the same, right? I don't like hard coding it like at all, but I don't want to have to go populate that every time I do something. I do need to figure out what. Let's see. I guess let me do this. Is there a show in file system? Yeah. So this is it. Let me copy the path. Go back to main. Go back to magic. And that. I think that's all I got to do. Okay, let me think real quick. Hey, Jeff Ineffable. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. All right, I do have to make a couple changes here. So like spawn emitters, magic spell. Instead of casting attack complete, I need to do this. Await spawn emitters, and then the magic spell I'm casting should be. Do I know that up here? I think so, right? Yeah, current magic. current magic. I think that does it. Let me see where I'm using current magic to make sure. Yeah. So it's the same type of magic here. That should do it. It should be that simple to move that around. And I have the await. So what that would mean is actually I want to do it here. Right there. Yes. That I think is perfect time. So essentially it'll wait until this finishes. Okay, let's try that. The chance of this working is low, right? We just made a lot of functional changes to the software. A refactor, right? I think the chance of this working right off is really low. I don't think my code is that modular. I had to have something in there, but we'll see. I mean, maybe it works. It doesn't look like I really missed anything, but we'll check. The nice thing is too, yeah, well, when I say low, I'm saying like 50-50 chance, 50-50. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Ultimately, I don't think this is that bad. Like, I simplified the code actually a little bit, and now, because of how I have those spawning in, the particle emitters will live under the player. They'll actually live underneath like the magic nodes, which I think helps. Yeah, 50-50. Either it works or it doesn't. Exactly. Either it works or it don't. Let's see. We'll find out here in about a second. Hey, look at that. That one came in late, but it worked. And actually it paces my attack complete signal for me. Look at that. That wasn't too bad. Okay. So let's look at fire now. I might need to change the range a little bit. Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Yeah, I was on the good end of 50-50. Okay, so what are some other ones? Lightning. Let's look at lightning here. See what it looks like. It does make my animations a lot longer, which I need to think about. Okay, that's pretty good. Should have stuck with 85%. You're right. Next time. But yeah, I do like this overall. Let's see. I think I need to shorten the times between them, because like between the first and the last one there's a lot of time. Yeah, I think it does. It adds a little bit of randomness. Here's like water compared. I killed my player. That's not bad. That looks pretty good. And then dark's gonna look terrible, but I think it'll look better. I think dark looks better just because of the randomness. Like, yeah, it still looks better. Okay, I like that a lot. That's pretty good. I do want to change the timing a little bit. It's like on this wait timer between 0.3 and 0.7. I'm thinking like 0.3 and 0.5. Or maybe even like 0.1 and 0.1 and 0.3. Yeah, it gets exponentially longer for sure. It's not. Yeah. Anyway, I wonder if I could run them in parallel. But I don't think so. I think this is gonna be the closest thing. Just shorten the time so that they kind of run faster together. Let's see what that looks like. Ultimately, I think that looks pretty good, though. I'm pretty happy with it. 0.1 and 0.4. It's too late. We'll change it if it seems like there's not enough variation. I think you can perceive a quarter second though pretty well. That's the difference we have between them. So I think it's all right. I may end up putting the await at the end of this. So at the first one, I may make them make the wait at the end of it so the first one triggers immediately. Because I think there's like a delay. It's like a quarter second delay, so it's not like it's bad, but Okay, so let's see. Let's look first at the air one, because that's the one we were kind of working on. Let's see. All right. I might need to wait a little bit longer to start. It looked pretty decent. It did look pretty decent, but I might need to wait a little bit longer to start. Let's look at like fire. Fire, I think it's really clear to see when they start. Let's check. Okay, I kind of like that for fire. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's fine. What's another one we got? Lightning? Yeah, maybe 0.3 to 0.5 is good. Let's see. Okay, let's mess with that a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna try doing it live. So let's do 0.3 to 0.5 and see if it'll let me do this. I'm also gonna move the wait timer to the end instead of the beginning of this block. I know you can't see, but what I'm doing is just moving that wait timer from the beginning of the function to the end so that the first one runs first and then it updates. And then we have like a 50-50 shot of Godot letting that happen. So let's see. All right. I went to 0.3 to 0.5. Okay, I think that works pretty good. That looks pretty decent. Not a lot of variation, but I think that's fine. Let's see. Yeah, I think that works. Yep, didn't take long. Looks pretty good. At most, it adds, what is that, like 1.5 seconds at absolute most? So that looks pretty good. Let's see. Let me look at lightning. But yeah, I think that works out pretty well. Cool. I think that's great. Cool. All right. So let's look at our spell emitters. I think we have them all now. Let me go back and turn off for air. Yeah, and I think it's fine. Great idea. I think that was a good idea. Let's turn this off, and then let me pull up the spreadsheet just to keep it in line. Let's see. This is for air. So this doesn't quite work yet, just because Boolean values aren't reading in very good at all. But that's okay. So I just want to delete that on the air ones. And then we're good. Okay. So I'm about to call it a night, I think, but I want to run through all of the animations really quickly. Yeah, take a look at that. So ultimately, I think that was pretty successful, though. Guess not play one more time to enter the route again. Yeah. No, I think it's looking pretty good. I think it gives a really good kind of range, makes the spells look great. And that, oh yeah, I haven't done dark. I need to mess with dark a little bit. I gotta think about what I want dark to look like. I kind of like poison being dark type is good. I think that's great. I want the poison effect in my game, but I don't want to add a poison element. So I think that being dark type is good, but I don't want all of the spells of dark to be poison. But maybe this one? Okay, we're gonna start at the top left here. So here is air. So this is tornado. Oops. Okay. Here is fire. I'm gonna end up killing my characters. That's all right. So there's tornado. Looks good. Yeah, maybe poison's a spell within dark. Maybe I just have multiple there. So there's fire. That looks pretty good. Dark. Yeah, Tornado does lag a little bit. I really think it's a stream. My OBS is using like 33.5% of my CPU right now for some reason. So there's Dark. It looks okay. Here is Earth. It's the worst one by far. It's my least favorite. We'll work on that. Okay. Here is Ice. Which I like a lot. Ice looks great. Here is Light. But yeah, the Earth rocks are hard to see, especially at night. Ice looks great. Light looks pretty good. Okay. Lightning. Lightning looks pretty good. And water. And water looks pretty good. So ultimately that's those. I think they look pretty decent. I think with that, I'm going to work on dark a little bit. I'm not going to work too much on dark, but I'm going to work on dark a little bit. And then I think after that, after I work on dark a little bit, I think I'm going to work on starting maybe the story a little bit. I might start kind of create like a pause screen a little bit, right? Or I guess a start menu. And yeah, ultimately I think we can get that going. Because ultimately this game's playable. Like I have a lot of spells I need to make. I don't think it's great yet. There's a lot of things I want to improve, but yeah, it's coming along. Yeah, Dark and Earth need worked a little bit, but I don't think they're too far off. I'm trying to, this is fun because I'm actually like having to keep my elements at the top balanced. Top right is that elemental map. Essentially what it does is, if you're not aware, it tracks spells that are cast, and every time you cast a spell, you're drawing some of that element out of the atmosphere. So those spells get weaker as you go along. And so you got to kind of stay balanced. But yeah, I think I'm about to get rocked. Yeah, she's killed him already. That's okay. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. And yeah, off stream, it's definitely a little smoother. And it needs a lot of balancing. Oops. But yeah, ultimately, not too bad. So I haven't thought about that. I think it will, at least at some point. Like maybe it'll be time-based. Like if you have time between battles, it'll stay or go away or average out over time. I think for the most part, though, I plan on keeping it between battles, just to kind of force you to use different spells even as you're kind of going through it, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I think that will end up staying there. All right. Out of stamina. I don't, I thought about that, like whether I should make it like in the vicinity or in the area. Like, oh man, I'm going to end up losing this. I thought about like making it like in the area, but I think that's so hard to keep track of. And I think you could feel like you were kind of unfairly influenced by it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want the player to have pretty much control over things that happen. And so if there are battles going on outside of the area, it just gets really hard to control. All right, this is it. I either hit this or I probably die. All right, there we go. I win. Good deal. All right. Very good. Okay, with that, and your quote can end up there if you get your channel points up. You'll have to go for it. With that, though, I think I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Had a great time. Yeah, there could be a different. Yeah, you could do that, and there will be weather, right? There's going to be weather, which I think will probably also help. And I think depending on how things go, right, the weather. Saving up for 100K. What's my 100K reward? I can't remember. 1 second, let me check. I'm curious. Oh, I don't have it off. That's okay. I'll look it up later. I'm gonna find someone to raid real quick. Maybe I'll make it 200K, just to encourage you to use it. Just kidding. All right, we're gonna raid Orbum. He's making a WordPress RPG. Give him a shell him high in chat. Oh, name a permanent character. Save up for that one. That is a good one. All right, good night. Have a good one. Catch y'all later. I'll be streaming probably again tomorrow. So have a good one.